Khasi, from the dawn of creation, seeking steadfastly in the journey of life to earn truth through a life of righteousness. The Greater Khasi people, who are jointly called Uhnyotrep, believe firmly that as humans we descended from the celestial abode, the realm of the divine, through a golden bridge of sacred vines, encircling a giant tree called Katangno Katangjiri, straddling the heavens and the earth, atop the most sacred hill, Ulom Sopet Beneng, or the navel of heaven. From the dawn of creation, when the sun and the moon were young, the people were endowed by God Almighty with a way of life and worship which has three fundamental tenets weaved into their matrix of earthly existence, and which govern and navigate their daily lives. They are sometimes referred as Kilai Moberseo, or the three hearthstones. First is the state of being, Tibreo Tiblei, which we will elaborate later, followed by social governance and the practice of Tipkur Tipkha, the knowledge of matrilineal and patrilineal dispensation, and social interactions are defined thereafter. And finally, Kamayakahok, or pursuit of truth, a raison d'etat, or life's pursuit. Late Ati Rimbai, President Seng Khasi, wrote in 1979 in his publication in the Khasi Heritage on the topic, Some Aspects of the Religion of the Khasi Pnas. He says, their religion is a covenant that they have with their God, from the beginning of time. An attempt to explain and elaborate the concept of Tibreu Tiblei in a few words would be a futile exercise and would not do justice to its entirety in meaning and depth. But in this short term, I shall endeavor to open the door to the universe of this limitless and precious philosophical treasure, a gift to humanity for all of us to ponder and ruminate. In the realm of the spiritual, it reflects to the presence of the divine within and its inextricable link to the divine without. Or simply put, God within, God without. The unity of man and his creator. Tibreo, translated directly from Khasi, means conscious. So from a state of unconsciousness, we see La Tibreo, or gain consciousness. Tibreo Tiblei, if creatively depicted and manifest in physical terms, could be a perfect sphere, having no beginning, no end. Every part, when touched, of this perfect sphere could be its beginning or its end, or both or neither. It encapsulates all the dimensions of the human spirit, undefinable, unexplainable, uncontainable. As one marvels at creation and existence itself, one's journey begins. The search commences for its comprehension and unraveling its answers, and which ultimately traverses within oneself into the infinite depth of the self, which then reveals The knowledge of the self is divine consciousness. In effect, Tibre as a state of being, or the act of self-realization to divine consciousness, follows on seamlessly to innate understanding of the humankind and humanity as a whole. It defines all actions and reactions of existential behavioral patterns, interpersonal relationships, judgments, emotions, and all spiritual and material dimensions of the human being. It also transcends to his relationship with the environment and Mother Nature, and with all the life it nurtures. It prevails upon his actions as a caretaker of Mother Earth, duly assigned by God Almighty as they traverse down the Golden Bridge to settle to an earthly existence on this planet. Though the Golden Bridge atop Lom Sopet Meneng exists no more, as it were, today it lives in a golden heart of every human being. So here we are today, gathered to celebrate the 122nd year and founding day of Seng Khasi, and to revere and introspect this way of life and worship, this precious gift, a perfect diamond which has come down to us from creation, bestowed by God Almighty. We remember and pay obeisance to the founders of Seng Khasi, who had the wisdom and foresight to preserve and progress this priceless spiritual inheritance throughout all the churn of time and history, enduring the vicissitudes of global civilizational ingressions, interventions, and the race towards material advancement and temporal comfort. We are here today as we are because of them, and we must now rededicate ourselves to tread in their footsteps with the same vision, tenacity, and grit, so that our future generations may live in dignity, pride, peace, and prosperity. Thank you.
Name? Plus Prabat D. Sawian.
Borok fini hapan nga ba ngilai yosno ya kata kerteng iba Prabhat Sawian dari empat jutip empat jui mendasi kulit siwon ba Prabhat amdai tang ba filapan i gidur kemai jong pi dari fila air i kita jingkren shong sebai hagi babun hangi kulit siwon sashi sen ba Prabhat Sawian mentapat ngilio ya ka